everybody, welcome once again to the audio version of the Exploration Weekly Newsletter, this time for the week of January 22nd, 2021. Thanks to Heidi and Jules for all their hard work every week on the print version of our newsletter, which you can read on our website at exploration.io. I'm Renee Meredith, the COO of Exploration, and now, the news. Justice Department leaves music industry consent decrees unchanged. After years of discussion, the Justice Department has decided to leave unchanged the 80-year-old consent decrees that govern the public performances of music. Makan Delrahim, the outgoing Justice Department Assistant Attorney General for the Antitrust Division, announced on Friday. The music publishing community and performing rights organizations ASCAP and BMI have long advocated for changes to the decrees, arguing that they are vastly outdated in the digital age and favor broadcasters to the detriment of creators. Broadcast organizations have long argued that changes would wreak havoc. In a joint statement, ASCAP and BMI's CEOs Elizabeth Matthews and Mike O'Neill said, "While we were disappointed that no action was taken, we are encouraged to see how the DOJ's approach to these issues has evolved." In his closing remarks, the AAG recognized several important truths that we have long understood. Songwriters are the backbone of the music marketplace and must be paid fairly. Blanket licensing is incredibly efficient. ASCAP and BMI are innovating to serve the needs of the industry. Greater competition and not compulsory licensing is the answer, and the value of music is best decided in a free market. BMI changes royalty distribution schedule to help writers and publishers during the pandemic. Performing rights organization BMI is changing its distribution schedule to better serve the writers, composers, and publishers. Starting in calendar year 2022, quarterly royalty distributions will be evenly spaced apart every 3 months so that there is one distribution per calendar quarter, each February, May, August, and November. This will create a balanced payment schedule throughout the year. The change will also result in BMI processing distributions on a slightly accelerated time frame. Distributions will be processed 1 to 2 months faster than they have been historically. In order to shift to this new schedule, 2021 will be a transition year where BMI makes 5 distributions rather than 4. The additional distribution will hopefully maximize 2021 royalties during this difficult time and mitigate the financial impact of the pandemic on the creative community. Apple mulls podcast subscription push amid Spotify's land grab. Apple has reportedly been in talks with creative partners about introducing a subscription product to its podcasting business, according to the information. The company faces heated competition from tech and media giants including Spotify, Amazon, and SiriusXM. In the years since it first added podcast support, Apple has also placed an emphasis on its growing services business, through which it already offers subscription products for music, television, video games, and fitness videos. But Apple will have to proceed carefully as it explores introducing subscriptions to podcasting, a business that has long been funded largely through advertising sales. The medium has been free and widely accessible for some time. Wedbush security analyst Daniel Ives says Apple might have an easier time selling a podcast subscription if it offers a curated selection of exclusive and original shows from in-demand talent, much like it does for video programming with Apple TV. The MLC is open for business. Now the hard part begins. On January 1, the Mechanical Licensing Collective, the MLC, officially began operations to collect and distribute mechanical royalties under a blanket license for streaming services. In April, the MLC plans to start paying royalties to over 8,000 rights holder members, who by spring should be able to review their ownership data and register new compositions through an online portal. 2 questions now loom over the MLC. The first is how much to collect, or more specifically, what rate should be used to calculate mechanical royalties now that an appeals court in June 2020 remanded a Copyright Royalty Board rate determination for further deliberation. The second is how much black box money will the digital music service providers turn over to the MLC. The MLC is charged by the Music Modernization Act to attempt to match and then disperse such royalties to rights holders, and if that's not possible within 2 years, it will be eligible to distribute to publishers according to market share. The answer to the second question could be between $250 million to $450 million. Soundcloud Inc.'s exclusive ad sales representation deal with SiriusXM's AdsWiz. Berlin-headquartered Soundcloud and AdsWiz, a direct subsidiary of Pandora and in turn SiriusXM, announced their advertising-focused partnership this week in a formal release emailed to Digital Music News. The expanded existing global relationship between the two allows AdsWiz to become the exclusive seller of SoundCloud advert space in 14 European nations effective immediately. This release also reiterates that Pandora is SoundCloud's exclusive ad sales representative in the United States. SoundCloud received a $75 million investment from SiriusXM in February of 2020. And from our random rambling section this week, sometimes the song and the artist come together and have an epic, magical moment. It's always one that you don't want to miss. So I'm going to ask that everybody just let go of politics and sit back and enjoy some fireworks. Katy Perry gave a beautiful and uplifting performance of her song Firework as a part of the festivities in Washington, D.C. this week. Watching and hearing a performer give their all with the fireworks in the background was wonderful to watch. How about we all take a moment and forget the politics and just enjoy the music? That's all for me this week. Thank you all so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for more great content from Exploration. And also, as 2021 begins to emerge before us, let's try to come together and be kind to each other.